Assalamu alaikum, welcome. My name's Dr. Shazad Amin. I am the Deputy Chair of MEND, and today I'm talking to Linsay Taylor, who is our Scotland Regional Manager. Assalamu alaikum, welcome Linsay.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. My background is human rights. That's what I studied, was law and human rights law here in Scotland. I've always been a community activist. It's always been really important to me to stand up and support the community in every way possible. And obviously, to me, MEND does that. I mean, MEND is about tackling Islamophobia. It's about tackling hate towards a community that I'm part of. People who are looking to get involved in activism, people who are very involved in activism, or people who are just looking to kind of dip their toe in the water can get involved with MEND, because it supports people at all different levels of their journey, and it supports people whether they are, massive networkers and they've done this for years, or people who are really new and think, I want to try it out, and I've never done something like this before. I've never kind of stood up for my community. MEND gives people the ability to do that, no matter what level they're at. The hate crime bill has been here in Scotland, so that's the Hate Crime and Public Order Bill, and MEND has been really engaged in making sure that the Muslim voice is heard there. So one of the things that we did was we did oral and written submissions to the Justice Committee, but we also organised a meeting with the Hate Crime Bill team to make sure that Muslim organisations were able to engage with the process and highlight kind of issues surrounding the hate crime bill.
Also, back in last summer, I recall you did a very interesting event marking the 25th anniversary of the Srebrenica massacre. Can you tell us a bit about that?
We had one of our speakers who had lived experience of having lived through that massacre, where over 8,000 men and boys were murdered, and that was Hassan Hasanovic, who was one of our speakers on the panel, and really heartfelt story that he told of what he'd lived through during that time of that massacre.
And you had some engagement with Edinburgh University as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Once again, that was something that happened during IAM, and from little things, massive things have grown when it comes to Edinburgh University. So it started with a conversation about doing possibly a causes and cures session with their HR department. And by the end of Islamophobia Awareness Month, I think we'd had something like 10 events. We'd had causes and cures sessions. We'd had a motion with the Students' Union that it turned into IAM having to be marked every year by all student unions, which is absolutely outstanding.